nothing left but your death.
Amadeus lay there in his dusty pit. Under the unforgiving heat, the sun constantly showered on the sandy expanse of the Texan Tamaulipan Mezquital region. He gazed directly ahead at the wavering pale blue cloudless sky as he panted and longed for a cool puddle to rest in. A black beetle scuttles across the ground in front of Amadeus' snout, and a skink skitters past, scooping it in its mouth before Amadeus could grab it.
Armadillos live all over the world. Why did I get dumped in this wasteland? Is there no other place that I can live peacefully?
Amadeus stood up and looked around himself, taking in the heat, barren environment, and lack of comfort. He flopped down in grief and dismay. Clouds of dust rose around his armored body.
I deserve much more than this.
Amadeus kicked around the dirt of his sullen pit in the desert ground, in spite of his armored bony plates that protect him from the predators of the world. The exposure and barrenness of his pit gave him a feeling of vulnerability. It was only a well dug out of the dry earth from the ground. He couldn't dig a den due to the crumbly topsoil that would constantly collapse. He couldn't take refuge from the heat under a boulder. Bigger animals would threaten his safety with their bigger claws, stronger jaws, and venomous attitudes. That left him to his pit, his only shelter. The only thing that Amadeus thought was great about his pit was that it overlooked a very busy interstate highway. Cars of all sizes, colors, makes, and lines whiz by in such a hurry. Amadeus stays up till midnight every night to watch them race against nothing but themselves.
Humans get to travel where they want. If they don't want something, they can just get in their cars and go somewhere else that makes them happy. What about me? No, I don't get to do that. I'm just a stinking armadillo.
Amadeus got up from his pit and down the plateau that his pit was on. He ambled his way to the road and walked alongside it. He often did this to find lost newspapers or possibly the occasional story page to read and gain a bit of vocabulary. His favorite page that he had collected was nothing more than a clipping of a home renovation ad for giving humans the best living room ever. On it was a man with a crown and scepter sitting on a huge rocking chair that sat in front of a fireplace, a nice homely den for a hard-working man to relax in. And in huge words, the ad stated, "A den fit for a king." He loved it because he, someday, wanted to find himself his own den fit for a king. Amadeus trotted alongside the road, sniffing and searching for predators while looking for the forgotten pages, the headlights of whizzing cars illuminating his path. He continued on his way until he heard a howl. Amadeus froze, dead in his tracks. The howl was frightening, enough to send a chill of fear across his spine, but not enough for him to cower into a ball of protection. Amadeus looked in the general direction of the howl's origin, trying to find the two reflecting pupilless eyes of an ambitious predator. He always knew that coyotes howl before they are about to pounce their prey from their hidden hunting location. But something about the howl was different to him. It almost seemed troubled and in pain. Amadeus turned his pointed snout back alongside the edge of the road and continued his nightly search for words. Before he could walk more than 25 paces, he heard the forlorn howl again. But this time, it was closer. He could see that behind the third closest cactus on the left of him was the limp body of an injured coyote. He could hear the panting of his quick breath and the constant licking of his scratchy tongue against wounded flesh. Amadeus gazed at the troubled coyote and then back at the road. Now, Amadeus isn't one to help people, especially if it makes him go through some discomfort in the process. But that's when he remembered something that he had heard about coyotes.
Coyotes hunt and live for themselves, but when they're in a pickle, they'll bargain for their health. I could use that to my advantage.
Amadeus, sure of his plan, turned away from the artificial lights of the highway towards the natural light of the full moon as he carefully made his way towards the dying canine. He walked towards the cactus. An elf owl hoots twice and flies out of the cactus that marked the spot of the coyote when Amadeus arrives.
Boy, are you in bad shape, Coyote.
The coyote sniffed a couple of times to figure out who was talking to him, opened his eyes, and lifted his head long enough to see who it was, then dropped his head in pain and whined a bit.
My name is Verada. Please address me by my name as I should yours.
I see that you are wounded. Perhaps that means that you will be hunting none tonight? Well, I guess I'm safe. Perhaps the fellow elf owl family will slowly dine on your flesh until there is no more of you to go around.
Amadeus hadn't known that elf owls fed only on arthropods and weren't scavengers, but it still seemed to worry Verada. Amadeus turned away and began to trot back to the road that he came from, his short ringtail wagging with every step.
No, please. No, let's make a deal. Please, help me.
Amadeus stopped moving and smirked.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. Okay, you're to tell me where the best place is to where I can find pages. Human pages.
No way. I am not doing that for an armadillo like you.
Amadeus nipped parts of exposed flesh to prove he was serious and how he wasn't going to leave until Verada accepted his offer. Verada whimpered and whined and glared hard at Amadeus.
Okay, fine, but first tell me how you are going to help me.
Why should you distrust me? You are the predator. I think it's fair for you to tell me your information first, and I'll help you later.
Verada spat blood towards Amadeus and missed terribly.
Never.
Suit yourself.
Fine. Just a couple miles opposite the direction you were headed down the road.
But Amadeus wasn't listening to what Verada was saying about helping him find his own pages.
There are small.
He was intently staring at the hole that the elf owl was peering out of. It was very homely and housed the little owl perfectly. Everything about it was great. It was high up so predators couldn't get to it. The spines of the cactus protected it. And the hole faced west, the opposite direction of the blazing sun's heat. And it was covered. It truly was a den fit for a king. How he longed to have a home like that. He had changed his request of the coyote.
Did you not hear anything I said to you, runt?
I did, and I don't care, because I changed my mind of what I want you to do for me.
Verada did not like this at all. He tucked his head into his neck and began to whimper to himself.
Please just kill me, Elf Owl. Please.
Tell me, where can I find Brazil?
Brazil?
Don't question my words, Verada. Just tell me how I can get there.
Verada knew that the sooner he could get rid of this armadillo, the sooner he could get his help to getting him back on his feet. So as cunning as he was, he decided to lie slightly to him.
Keep the rising sun to your left and the setting sun to your right. Travel 5 days and 5 nights until you find the border between Texas and Brazil. There should be a speedy way for you to get to your destination once you get there. Now help me out!
2 red-tailed hawks were circling above Verada's body. Verada began to bark violently to scare them away, and they left, but perched on a nearby cactus and awaited his death.
Please.
Okay, something my grandmother taught me was this. Time and rest is the best medicine. Hope that helps you out.
Amadeus scoffed and started walking south, towards his den fit for a king. Verada tried to take a step towards him so that he could sink his teeth into Amadeus' shell, but his leg had swollen and wouldn't move without shooting daggers of pain up his femur. Verada collapsed onto the blood-stained sand and howled in great pain. He looked up at Amadeus, who was getting farther away from him. Hate filled his entire body. He stood up and barreled straight for Amadeus. Amadeus curled into a ball just as Verada swatted him about 6 yards farther down. Amadeus rolled towards his destination while he left Verada howling in anger and pain, alone to be hunted by another coyote, red-tailed hawk, or any other predatory animal.
Tell me, wretch, how now shall you challenge me? You have nothing left but your death.